Hey everyone, Anthon-64 here, and today we're going to continue on some more CTR Nitro Fuel from the Sony PlayStation 4 with Nitrous knowledge in the brain. Today, we are on the final CNK track of the game, Hyper Spaceway. There's a whole story I can talk about trying to get this course in the original game, whereas with Turbo Track, you really only needed the relics, but the problem with the relics is that the one you also needed was one site Coliseum, and you couldn't access Coliseum because of the gems. You were able to get all that stuff, then you go on Turbo Track. This track though, in the original game you needed both the relics and the gems. You didn't even really need to unlock anything else prior in order to play that course, but you had to get all the gems and the relics just to play on that one track, with both games ending with those relics, meaning, okay, now I can race the boss again, but a harder version, supposedly. Okay, here we go. I'm not gonna lie to you, if there's one thing I'm not too big a fan of on this course are two things. Two things actually, One, there's a whole section cut off from Hyper Spaceway, but it's not that important, but it just kind of sucks knowing that it's not in this game. And the other thing is that when we're in the main area, for some reason, there's like no one watching. In the original game, the entire area was filled with fellow civilians where they wanted you to lose, or rather they just wanted their emperor to win. Anyway, enough with that little history tip, because now this course, as you can believe it or not, have 3 turbo pads you can use turbo blue flame in. They're all a bit spread out, but it's not too crazy. Oh my gosh, there's a way you can avoid these lasers in lap 2, but there's just no way. I just messed that up. But you know, it's whatever. You got a figure 8 section where you gotta, power slide accordingly. I didn't do that. Here's the second one. Half pipe section where we have to avoid the lasers. And then the last section where we go right back here. This track is fairly short, but there's so much going on with it, it doesn't really feel like it. Now here's a shortcut that I was taking for the longest time, but I'm gonna take the normal route first. I thought I was gonna be able to do it. Oh well. These lasers are avoidable in laps 1 and 3, but for some reason on 2, if you play the exact same way as you do with 1 and 3, you will get hit. Of course, if you manage to hold blue flame the entire time, but still, you will get hit on lap 2 if you don't know how to go a little bit out of your way to try jumping either early or just timing it. It's really tough. That's all I'm trying to say. It's really tough avoiding those.
Now bow down to me, Emperor Velo the 27th, ruler of the galaxy.
And with that powerful wind quote, that's it. That's all the Crash Nitro courses in CTR Nitro Fuel. This last bit was actually fairly difficult. Like, it's short, there's not that many sections, but within each section there is something you do have to worry about on what area highlights. I recommend practicing this if you want to know how much you can maintain blue flame on such tricky courses. I would consider this to be a tricky course. Not super difficult in terms of design, but just tricky. If you can manage to hold blue flame the entire time. But with that being said, that's it. Alright, here we go. It's time. So now, in the next part, we will take care of all the bonus tracks. Well, not all of them at once, but you know what I mean. And actually we'll start with all the bonus tracks, starting with Twilight Tour. I'll make a bonus video on this. I'm just gonna put that out there. But anyway, there's a Thursday or something. Thank you guys for watching. Keep the nitrous ready because now We are on the final stretch of the courses in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel.